Last example, let's try one with one of these new trig ratios. So secant, we've never seen secant up until like 5 minutes ago. Secant of theta equals 17 over 8. All right, so here is my graph blocker. And what the heck is secant? Does anybody remember what secant even means? Gosh, me neither. We'll have to go back to our notes page and look. Secant is the hypotenuse over the adjacent. Okay, hypotenuse over adjacent. So the 17 is going to be the hypotenuse, and 8 will be the adjacent, and I will have to find this missing side. So 17 squared equals 8 squared plus x squared. 17 squared is like 324 or something like that, right? Who can remember these things? It's 289. Okay, good thing I actually did the calculator. So we got 289, 64 plus x squared. Subtract the 64 on both sides. Minus 64 is 225, and square root is 15. The Pythagorean triple. 8, 15, 17. All right. Fraction lines on all of these ahead of time. So the sine that's opposite over hypotenuse. So the opposite was 15. We just found that. Hypotenuse was 17. That was given to us. The cosine is adjacent, which is the 8 for the hypotenuse of 17. That doesn't really look like a 7, does it? Okay, tangent is opposite over adjacent, so I have the 15 here, and the 8 is the denominator. None of these fractions can be reduced, so I don't have to worry about coming back to reduced fractions later on. Cosecant. Cosecant is the hypotenuse, so 17, over opposite, so 15 goes down here. Secant, that's hypotenuse over adjacent. It's the reciprocal of cosine. So 17 is the hypotenuse, 8 is the adjacent. And lastly, cotangent is the adjacent over the opposite. So I need green to go 8 on top. The opposite, 15, goes on the bottom. Okay. Lastly, a word about directions on some of the WAMAP questions. The directions say for theta, for angles between 0 and pi over 2. We don't even know what the heck that means. It's stuff we haven't learned yet. So it means for acute angles, right? I'm just going to interpret anytime you see this gibberish. We will learn what this means later on, but anytime you see that gibberish in any of the WAMAP problems, it means acute angle. So you're going to draw your triangle just like we were doing on these examples. Choose whichever angle you want as your theta. It could be the lower left, it could be the upper right. You could draw your triangle facing a different direction. For all I care, it doesn't make any difference. But for all of these problems, it's going to be an acute angle. And then you're going to give your answers with 3 decimal places. That's fine. If you want to divide your ratios to get decimals, it makes more work to get the calculator out and to do the division. I don't know why you would do that. Or just enter them as expressions, meaning fractions. So if you want to type in the fraction like we just have been demonstrating here, just type that fraction in. So for example, if you were typing sine into the WAMAP assignment, just leave it as a fraction, 15 over 17. Or if you had radicals, you can leave radicals as part of the fraction, enter that directly into WAMAP. So the second example we did, for example, sine was radical 5 over 3. After we reduced it, you can just enter that as the square root of 5 over 3 and type that right into your WAMAP. All right, that is what you need to know. Ooh, sunset.